ynathemoodreader, and today we are going to do my first ever try a chapter challenge book tag. First genre that I chose to try this out is Filipino Contemporary Romance. I have here two romance class titles and two other books. This one self-published by the author, just so I can have a feel on which one I would read perhaps this weekend, because it's Thursday already, and all of these are fairly short, so I'm sure I'm going to have to just spare maybe 5 to 10 minutes to read the first chapter of each book, especially with this one. So they're very thin, and I'll be just deciding. I'll just be picking out the book that speaks to me the most, if I may say, or like something wherein I'm sure the writing style would just flow smoothly, something that would interest me a lot. So I'll be bringing you along the journey. And by the way, in case these books have prologues, I'm going to read just the prologue and take it as a first chapter, because all I wanted to do anyway is to like have a grasp of what the book would be about and what the author's writing style is like. So basically, I'll be telling you my first impression for each book, and at the end of this video, I will be deciding on which book I'll be reading or I'll be picking up this weekend. And yeah, so see you on the next clips. Hello, I'm back. I'm starting with this one, Delight by Bora's Pass. So for some extra excitement, I won't be reading what's on the back of each book. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into the first chapter. Okay, so I just finished reading the first chapter of Delight, and it's not really the first chapter, it's the prologue. And from what I've gathered, we have Serena, our main character, and this is a flashback from when she was still very young. So she is this little girl who is very fascinated about food. She just tells the story of her family life, her mom and dad, her brother, and we also have a glimpse of why her parents called her Serena. They gave her this little mermaid doll, and it also like gives the foreshadowing of one of the main themes of this book, which is also mentioned by the author here. We have an actual content warning page here in the book, which is amazing. I enjoyed the fact that the author placed it here, and it says content warning. There's a lot of talk about weight issues in the book. So in this book, there's this teasing part wherein the boys of her class are calling her puffer fish, which is like really ironic because it was what my batchmates in high school also called me, because of like, I don't know, people loving SpongeBob, and everybody was calling me Mrs. Puff because I was chubby at that time. I'm not like on this weight already. I was quite thinner, a lot, like maybe 20 pounds lighter or 30 pounds lighter than my weight today, but for them at that time it was already fat. So I can relate to Serena about being called a puffer fish. So yeah, that was it. And now I'm going to jump in and read one of these romance class titles. I'm going to start with Cover Story Girl by Chris Mariano. so now I'm done reading my second book, which is Cover Story Girl by Chris Mariano. And this book opened with Gio. It seems like he is working in a museum in Boracay, which is one of my favorite islands here in the Philippines. I didn't know they had a museum, so I don't know if this is real, but I would like to I would like to look into that. So maybe I could make a visit um, someday in the future. But yeah, so he manages the museum in Boracay. I think it's just a small family museum about the history of the island. And at that point in the day, there was this Korean group who is doing a shoot. So they like pre-arranged this shoot with Gio's uncle, who I think is the man that's supposed to be like the head or the manager of the museum. And so it serves as his meet cute with our female lead here. So it looks like this one is a Korean slash Filipino romance. We have Jang Min-hee. So Jang Min-hee is our heroine, and she is the one that the people were taking shots for. So originally, I think our lead character Gio is irritated with her. So first of all, they took so much time, and second, they did like this little photo shoot in his office, wherein our lady Minhee rearranged some of like the things on his table. And the chapter ended with Minhee writing, "Mr. Museum is so boring" on his desk or in one of his papers. So it looks like it's gonna be a little enemies to lovers or very light hate to lovers romance for our book. So I think if you're in the mood of something with like K-drama vibes, this would be the perfect romance read. But now we're going to proceed with the third book, which is Bola Bola. I've had it on my shelf for so long. I actually have dual copies of this one. My Secret Santa last year, Eleni gave this to me. So this is the copy that she gave to me, and my own older copy I gave to my friend Thea, because Thea is also the name of our lead character here. So I know I'm gonna have like a connection with this book on the first part, because Bola Bola is a kind of siopao. It's a Chinese food that's been like a major part of the Filipino culture. We all love siopao, and it's on the 7-Eleven stores scattered all around the country. And yeah, it's also what my friends used to tease me. They used to tease me siopao because of my chubby cheeks. So I already know that Delight and Bola Bola will have like similar themes when it comes to like weight problems and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading the first chapter now. Okay, so I just finished reading the first chapter of Bola Bola by Anna Heronga or Geronga, and I loved it. It's really cute. Um, but the story started with these people on Enchanted Kingdom, which is like a theme park here in the Philippines, here in Luzon. And she is fifth wheeling with her friends, so her best friends Danny and Summer. And you know, she's feeling left out because young adults, so they're growing up, and her friends are starting to have crushes, so they both have dates and all that. And there's also, in this book, they are starting college soon. Wait, let me just check when this was published. So it was published 2019. Okay, so they are starting college soon, and like our main character Thea is like feeling threatened that they might fall apart if they go to different universities, and she's already feeling that like they're growing apart because those two other girls are getting boy crazy and she isn't. So all of that sad stuff that happens in friendships during when we are way younger and we don't know much about what's gonna happen in this world. So yeah, so also like our main character in the light, our Thea here is 220 pounds, so she's plus size, and she thinks that it's like a main contributor on why she is alone, why she isn't like into boys yet, and all of that. We have this little teaser at the end of the chapter. When she gets home, when Thea gets home, her kuya or her older brother is there to welcome her back. And the last part of the chapter is her kuya talking to his friend Lucas. And Lucas, I think, is the crush of our dear Thea because of this last paragraph here when she was raving about his infuriating smirk and most beautiful ... So I think she has a crush on him, but she is in denial. So that's a good so I think the trope here is like brother's best friend trope, and I haven't read much of it, but it sounds interesting because it's slightly forbidden-y. So we'll see what this book is about. Ha ha ha. Now we're on to our last book, and it's Vintage Love by Agay Lianera. I have read one of Agay's books earlier this year, and that was Chocolate Chip Hips. It was very young adult, like early young adult, and I think this one is a new adult book, or basically an adult book, and it's called Vintage Love. So I'm diving in. And I think this one is... oh, it's a prologue. It starts with a prologue. So, let's go! Okay, so I just finished reading the prologue of Vintage Love, and we have here our lead character Chrissy, and I love the first sentence of the book. Let me just quote it to you guys. So the first sentence is, "Life is filled with expiration dates," which I think is a very catchy line, and it says here at the top, prologue, the end. So it seems like we're gonna start at the end and then go with flashbacks for this book. And this book I think would be dealing with crazy accepting life. I'm trying to move on because at the first part, her Mama Maring, wait, let me just check again. Yeah, Mama Maring has died. I don't know if it's her grandma, but she's already 8 years old here, and like her death is the last part of the prologue. And Chrissy works as an executive producer of a show, like a magazine show, wherein they feature famous people. So she's in the middle of a shoot. There's this handsome artista or celebrity, and then she receives notice that her Mama Maring passed away. So basically that, I still don't know where the story would go. It was a pretty vague prologue, and it's just like 5 pages, so I haven't been given a chance to really have a grasp on what would happen next. So yeah. Okay, so I have been staring at these 4 books for a while now, trying to really decide on which book I would like to go with for the weekend. And out of all these books, my choice would be quite the thickest one, and it's Bola Bola by Anna Geronga. There's just something exciting about her writing style, and it's the first time I've ever encountered this author's work. And I don't know, I just love the way she weaves the words, and I'm really excited to see how this will pan out. I'm hoping to get some body positivity themes from this story, and I'm hoping that Thea gets her own kilig moments, happy romance here, but I'll take what I can get. And I don't know, it's just like all the shopaos here at the back part is calling to me. So let's see how this works, and I'll try to film a vlog about Bola Bola and a review as well. So see you. I'll update you on what happens. So that's it for my video for today. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and see you guys on the next one. Bye!